Welcome to the most thrilling job in the world, tax consulting. Yes, you heard it right, tax consulting. Picture this, a world filled with numbers, laws, and spreadsheets. Your heart races as you punch in another calculation. Your eyes flicker with excitement as you cross-reference yet another tax law. Is this a dream? No, it's the reality of tax consulting. Now you might be wondering what could possibly be exciting about tax consulting. Well, let me tell you, every day brings a new adventure. You see, tax consulting isn't just about numbers and laws, it's about solving complex puzzles that would make even the most seasoned detective scratch their head. Each client's tax situation is a unique mystery waiting to be solved, and you, my friend, are the Sherlock Holmes of this story. But it's not just about solving puzzles, oh no, it's about the thrill of the chase, the adrenaline rush of trying to find that one elusive tax deduction that could save your client thousands. It's about the satisfaction of knowing you've helped someone navigate the labyrinth of tax laws and come out victorious on the other side. It's about the joy of seeing the look of relief on a client's face when they realize they won't have to sell their firstborn to the IRS after all. And let's not forget the thrill of the legal jargon. Oh, the joy of poring over pages and pages of tax legislation, savoring each and every clause like a fine wine. Who needs thrillers or horror movies when you've got the Internal Revenue Code to keep you on the edge of your seat? So if you've ever fantasized about living a life of excitement and intrigue, look no further than tax consulting, because, let's face it, nothing gets the heart racing quite like a good old-fashioned audit. So buckle up, folks, because the fun has just started. Who needs roller coasters when you've got tax forms? Nothing gets your heart pumping quite like a looming tax deadline. Ah, deadlines. The lifeblood of any thrilling occupation, and tax consulting is no exception. Picture this. It's the 11th hour. The clock is ticking, the pressure is mounting, and you're sitting there armed with nothing but your wits, a calculator, and a stack of forms. Can you feel the adrenaline coursing through your veins? It's like being on a roller coaster, except instead of loops and drops, there are W2S and 1099S. You know, some people bungee jump off bridges or skydive out of planes to get their kicks. But why would you do that when you can experience the same heart-stopping thrill from the comfort of your swivel chair, filling out forms at the last minute? And let's not forget the satisfaction of submitting those forms just in the nick of time. It's like scoring the winning goal in the final seconds of a championship game. You can almost hear the roar of the crowd cheering you on as you press the submit button, except the crowd is just you, alone in your office, and the roar is the hum of the air conditioner. But really, who needs fans when you've got Form 1040? And then there's the suspense, the waiting, the anticipation. Did you get everything right? Did you miss a decimal point? Did you remember to carry the one? It's like a mystery novel where you're both the detective and the suspect. But the best part? Just when you think it's over, when you finally caught your breath and your heart rate is returning to normal, another deadline appears on the horizon. It's like a sequel to your favorite action movie, except it's exactly the same as the first one, and it never ends. And just when you think the excitement is over, guess what? Another deadline is just around the corner. Ah, the ever-changing world of tax laws, the gift that keeps on giving. Now, if there's one thing that everyone loves, it's unpredictability. The thrill of not knowing what's around the corner. And let's face it, there's nothing more unpredictable than tax laws. They're like a box of chocolates, you never know what you're gonna get. One day you're deducting your pet's grooming expenses, the next day, you're not. It's a roller coaster ride that makes skydiving look like a walk in the park. And the best part? These laws change faster than fashion trends. Just when you think you've got a handle on this season's tax code, boom, they throw in an amendment faster than you can say deduction. It's like trying to keep up with the Kardashians, only with less drama and more numbers. And who needs sleep when you can spend your nights poring over the latest legislative updates? Nothing quite says party like a late-night session with the Internal Revenue Code. It's like a never-ending game of hide-and-seek where the rules change every time you blink. But let's not forget the joy of explaining these changes to clients. There's nothing quite like the look on their faces when you tell them about the latest tax law that changes everything they thought they knew. It's like telling a kid that Santa Claus isn't real, but with more paperwork. And the sheer variety of tax laws is simply astounding. From federal to state, from income to estate, there's a tax law for every occasion. It's like a buffet, but instead of food you have a smorgasbord of regulations, statutes, and codes to choose from. So, buckle up because the world of tax laws is a wild ride. It's a journey full of twists and turns, surprises and shocks. It's a world where the only constant is change, and the only certainty is uncertainty. Who needs mystery novels when you have tax laws to keep you on your toes? Let's not forget about the glamorous lifestyle of a tax consultant. Oh, the opulence, the grandeur. It's like stepping into the shoes of a Hollywood star, if that star was really into tax codes and wore sensible shoes, of course. Imagine the luxurious office spaces where tax consultants spend their days, the finest ergonomic chairs that money can buy, desks that are as sturdy as they are functional, and let's not forget the pièce de résistance, the dual-screen computer setup. Because nothing says luxury like being able to view 2 Excel spreadsheets at the same time. Now let's talk about the high-profile clients. You might be thinking celebrities, athletes, high-powered executives. But the true tax consultant knows that the real high-profile clients are the ones with the most complicated tax situations. The thrill of navigating through a maze of receipts, deductions, and write-offs is a rush like no other. It's like being a detective, but instead of solving crimes, you're solving tax problems. And instead of a gun and a badge, you have a calculator and a strong understanding of the Internal Revenue Code. But perhaps the most glamorous part of being a tax consultant is the long hours. Yes, you heard that right. While others might see working late into the night as a drawback, the savvy tax consultant sees it as an opportunity. An opportunity to immerse oneself in the complex world of tax laws, to truly become one with the numbers. And let's be honest, who needs a social life when you have a spreadsheet? The tax consultant lifestyle is not for everyone, but for those who embrace it, it's a life filled with excitement, intrigue, and yes, glamour. It's a world where the line between work and play is blurred, where every day brings a new challenge, a new puzzle to solve. The glitz, the glamour, the spreadsheets, who wouldn't want to live this life? So, why is tax consulting the most exciting job in the world? Let's take a moment to reflect on the thrilling roller coaster ride that is tax consulting. From the adrenaline-pumping rush of looming deadlines, to the unpredictable and ever-changing labyrinth of tax laws, it's a non-stop, heart-stopping thrill ride that rivals any Hollywood blockbuster. Now you might be thinking, but what about the glamour of the tax consultant lifestyle? Well, let's not forget the sheer exhilaration of spending your days surrounded by towering stacks of paperwork, the intoxicating aroma of fresh ink on crisp tax forms, and the mesmerizing dance of numbers and figures. It's a world of glamour that makes the glitz and glitter of the red carpet seem dull in comparison. And then there's the joy of discovery. The thrill of uncovering hidden tax deductions is akin to discovering lost treasure. Who needs the excitement of archaeological digs when you can delve into the depths of tax codes and unearth fiscal gems? But perhaps the most thrilling aspect of tax consulting is the exhilaration of victory. Nothing compares to the satisfaction of successfully navigating a client through the treacherous waters of tax regulations. It's a feeling of triumph that makes winning the Super Bowl seem like a minor accomplishment. And let's not forget the sheer joy of numbers. The thrill of seeing figures line up perfectly, the satisfaction of balancing a ledger, the rush of solving a complex tax problem. It's a symphony of numerical delights that makes solving a Rubik's Cube seem like child's play. So you see, tax consulting is not just a job, it's an adventure. It's a thrilling journey through a world of numbers, laws, and deadlines that offers excitement and challenges at every turn. In a world full of adventures, nothing quite compares to the thrill of being a tax consultant. Because who needs skydiving or deep-sea diving when you can dive into a pile of tax forms instead?